Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Prabhupada Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक अष्टोत्तरी डिवाइन ऋषि ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक अष्टोत्तरी डिवाइन के शील भक्त सिद्धांत सरस्वती महाराज की अनंत कोट वैष्णव भक्तबिंद की नामाचार्य हृदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तबिंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम को राधा किन गोवर्धन की वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की नवदीप मायापुर धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की भगवत गीता एज इट इज की निदाई गौर प्रबंधे ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees। अर्जुन उवाच कथम भीष्मम अहम साङ्ख्ये द्रोणम च मधुसूदन इṣubhiḥ पratiyotsyāmi pūjā-arhau वर्षूदन। अर्जुन उवाच कथम भीष्मम अहम साङ्ख्ये द्रोणम च मधुसूदन इṣubhiḥ पratiyotsyāmi pūjā-arhau वर्षूदन। अर्जुन उवाच
कथम भीष्मम अहम साङ्ख्ये द्रोणम च मधुसूदन
इṣubhiḥ पratiyotsyāmi अर्जुन उवाच
कथम भीष्मम अहम साङ्ख्ये द्रोणम च मधुसूदन
इṣubhiḥ पratiyotsyāmi
pūjārhāv ari-sūdana।
माता जी।
अर्जुन उवाच
कथम भीष्मम अहम साङ्ख्ये द्रोणम च मधुसूदन इṣubhiḥ पratiyotsyāmi pūjā-arhau वर्षूदन। अर्जुन उवाच katham bhīṣmam aham saṅkhye droṇaṁ ca madhu-sūdana iṣubhiḥ pratiyotsyāmi pūjā-arhau ari-sūdana. Word meaning and translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki. Arjuna uvāca. Arjuna said, kathaṁ, how, bhīṣmam, bhīṣma, aham, I, saṅkhye, in the fight, droṇam, droṇa, ca, also, madhu-sūdana, O killer of madhu, iṣubhiḥ, with arrows, pratiyotsyāmi, shall counterattack, pūjā-arhau, those who are worshipable, ari-sūdana, O killer of enemies. Arjuna said, translation, Arjuna said, let me speak first actually. Arjuna said, O killer of enemies, O killer of madhu, how can I counterattack with arrows in the battle men like Bhīṣma and Droṇa, who are worthy of my worship? Now, you repeat after me. Arjuna said, O killer of enemies, O killer of madhu, how can I counterattack with arrows in the battle men like Bhīṣma and Droṇa, who are worthy of my worship? Purport. Respectable superiors like Bhīṣma, the grandfather, and Droṇācārya, the teacher, are always worshipable. Even if they attack, they should not be counterattacked. It is general etiquette that superiors are not to be offered even a verbal fight. Even if they are sometimes harsh in behavior, they should not be harshly treated. Then how is it possible for Arjuna to counterattack them? Would Kṛṣṇa ever attack his own grandfather, Ugrasen, or his teacher, Sāndīpani Muni? These were some of the arguments offered by Arjuna to Kṛṣṇa. Hare Krishna. Om Ajñān Trimandhasya Jnānanjana Shalakya Chakshumiritam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthāpitam Ena Bhūtale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Sapadantingam Vandeham Sri Guru Siyutkamalam Sri Guruna Vaishnavancha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Savdetam Savdutam Parjansayitam Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Kṛṣṇa Padan Sagana Lalita Sivishaka Vintancha He Kṛṣṇa Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kant Radha Kant Namastate Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vindavane Sri Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamam Harpriye Vansha Kalpatru Varisht Kripa Sindhyavacha Patitanam Pavnyo Vaishnadevo Namo Namah. Jai Sri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. The Arjuna spoke in this text in reply to the text number 2 and 3. The Supreme Personality Godhead, Kṛṣṇa, said, "My dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the values of life. They lead into he is chastising the Arjuna actually. And this third actually, O son of Pritha, do not yield to this degrading importance. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O Staisera of Admi." So this is actually the Kṛṣṇa chastising Arjuna actually, why he is not interested in the fighting actually. He gave some illogical reasons actually not to fight. Because for the Kshatriya actually, he has to fight for the religion actually. If anything happen against the religion actually, he must counterattack, he must fight actually. But because when he saw his kinsman, when he was in the midst of both the armies actually, he fell to the illusions. He fell under the influence of this love for his kinsman actually. He was compassionate to the kinsmen actually. They will be killed actually. He was afraid actually. So he did not want to fight actually. He did not want to kill the kinsman actually. It reflects that he has attachment with his family members. The attachment with family members means, what is attachment actually? Attachment means the things for one's own sense gratification. And detachment is the absence of such sensual attachment actually. Attachment means, just like we have got lover or something, lovable object, you cannot live without it. Attachment with wife, children, you feel and you cannot live without them actually. We have lot of attachment in our family, society and nations actually. And this attachment is the bottleneck in the progress of our this Kṛṣṇa consciousness, or we say in the discharge of our duties actually. And so the Arjuna was also feeling the bottleneck actually, this relationship, attachment in the discharge of duties actually. He was not interested in the fighting with the Kauravas actually. What does attachment affects? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "Sunyayatam jagat sarvam govinda virhenve." He said actually, I am feeling everything vacant. Vacant means that attachment with material things are of no importance. The things which are not used in the Kṛṣṇa consciousness, if you use them actually for their personal satisfaction, it has no importance actually. Everything, whatever is there actually, that should be used in the Kṛṣṇa consciousness. If you do not use it actually, it has no importance. This is the as per Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually. So What is that actually? If we use the material things for our own sense gratification, means that these are the fruitive activities. And fruitive activities, they bind us in this material world actually. So, the highest stage of attachment is Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Movement for teaching people how to become attached to the Kṛṣṇa instead of Maya of material things. Because what's there? When we use the material things for our own sense gratification, that are separated from the Govinda. That is the Sunyatam. That is zero. That is not good for our welfare actually, for the welfare of society actually. And this is the final attachment. Final attachment means the attachment with Lord Kṛṣṇa is the only one attachment actually. That is the final one. Only one attachment is there in the life, that is with Kṛṣṇa actually. What? One who is fixed in Kṛṣṇa consciousness has neither attachment nor detachment with material things actually. He is dedicated in service of Lord Kṛṣṇa actually. And such persons executes his prescribed duty in the Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Such person thinks in the right direction. If you do not think in the right direction, it means that you are engaged in the attachment of material things, that the Arjuna was involved with his own kinsmen. He was thinking not to fight, to save them actually. It was attachment with the family members. Without the kinsman, he was thinking that the life is useless actually. Whereas the life in Kṛṣṇa consciousness is only useful actually. You think also, can you live without Kṛṣṇa consciousness? You all are wise person actually. You have wisdom actually. If you attach with the material things, what will happen actually? It is a wastage of time and money. I think you will agree with me. When Arjuna saw within the midst of armies of both the parties, his father, grandfather, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, and other relatives, he was under the influence of illusion because of compassion. Attachment to family and material thing is main hurdle or bottleneck in the performance of duty. What is our duty? Our duty is for the pleasure of the Lord Kṛṣṇa, for the sensual pleasure of the Lord Kṛṣṇa. That is our duty. If you do your duty for the satisfaction of this material world, that is of no importance actually, as per Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Arjuna gave unreasonable and illogical reason for not to fight the battle. He felt his limbs were quivering, mouth dried up, whole body was trembling, his work one day slipping out of his hands, unable to stand on the chariot anymore. He does not see any good can come from his own kinsman in the battle, and not desirous of victory, kingdom or happiness. This is attachment actually. Because he was not in the mood of discharging his duty actually. Discharging of duty is the prime importance in the life actually. What you do? You get up in the morning, you get prepared yourself for the temple, you come to the temple, you chant holy name, you attend the Bhagavatam class. Now you have come here to attend Bhagavad Gita class. Isn't it? This is our prime importance actually. This is our duty actually. All the time we have to be absorbed in the Kṛṣṇa consciousness actually. And while we practice all the time, so that in the end of our life, while giving up this body actually, we may remember the name of Lord Kṛṣṇa, so that we may get rid of from the life of birth and death actually. Repeated birth and death. This is the life actually. Aim of our life is the Kṛṣṇa Bhakti, Prema Bhakti, love for God actually. Either you get the attachment with the material things, or you must have a attachment with the Lord Kṛṣṇa actually. You have to choose one thing actually. If you have attachment to the material things, physical things, it means that you don't have time for the Kṛṣṇa consciousness. If you are engaged and absorbed in the Kṛṣṇa consciousness, means that actually the attachment to the physical and material things will be slowed down, or it will be totally finished actually. Slowly. So we have to engage ourselves. We have to engage our mind in the Kṛṣṇa consciousness. In the present environment, the people are not performing their prescribed duties because of attachment with material things. You take the example of Brahmins. The duty of Brahmins is to spread the holy name of Lord Kṛṣṇa, to engage the people in the service of Lord Kṛṣṇa. But what they are doing? They are doing for the material things, to gain the material things. This is the life actually. That's why the environment in this world is vitiated actually, not good actually, not conducive to Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Even though they know that the material things are temporary, everybody knows, whether he is a devotee or non-devotee actually, his body is temporary. He has to die one day. He has to give up this body actually. They also know. But they are engaged in accumulating the illegal wealth actually, as much as possible. And they accumulate the black money. In the later stage of life actually, can they enjoy? No. They cannot enjoy this wealth for their sense gratification. They are just kept in their box actually. Because this sense gratification in respect of tongue, ears, eyes is not enjoyable. In old age, the tongue does not work properly. Nobody can chant properly actually, names even actually. What's spoken is not clear. Food is not properly chewed and not digested properly. Eyes fail to see the things in their proper prospects. Hearing also adversely affected. So when the attachment for the material things for sense gratification, we come under the influence of modes of material nature. And modes of material nature bind us in this material world. And that are the reason for the repeated birth and death actually. People who are attached to the Kṛṣṇa never want to stop hearing about him. The Kṛṣṇa is the reservoir of all pleasure. Attachment for Kṛṣṇa is quite natural. It is natural. It is there simply. It has to be awakened actually. Attachment with already is there with Kṛṣṇa. It has to be awakened actually. And how it can be awakened? It can be awakened. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If you engage yourself to hear about Kṛṣṇa, then your heart will be purified and your original Kṛṣṇa consciousness will be awakened actually. This is the advantage. Everyone can get this position. Everyone can be purified. If you follow the process, then you will achieve attachment for Kṛṣṇa actually. Srila Prabhupada books, lectures, conversation, and let us offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject. The Prabhupada, respectable superiors like Bhīṣma, the grandfather, and the Droṇācārya, the teacher, are always worshipable. Even if they attack, they should not be counterattacked. That means that we should be tolerant actually. We must practice to bear insult and dishonor actually from others. If one is engaged in the advancement of spiritual knowledge, there will be so many insults and much dishonor from others actually. We have to bear actually. If he does not bear, then we cannot advance actually. Because our mind, instead of fixing in the lotus feet of Lord Kṛṣṇa, will fix with arguments, with dishonor actually. That you have to see actually yourself. This is expected because material nature is so constituted. Even a boy like Prahlad, only 5 years old, was engaged in the cultivation of spiritual knowledge. Was endangered when his father became antagonistic to his devotion. The father tried to kill him in so many ways, but Prahlad Maharaj tolerated him. So, making advancement in spiritual knowledge, there may be many impediments, but we should be tolerant and continue for progress with determination. As for detachment from children, wife and home, it is not meant that one should have no feeling for these. They are natural object of affection. our family members, they are natural objects for affection actually. But when they are not favorable to the spiritual progress, then one should not be attached to them actually. The best process for making the home pleasant is Kṛṣṇa consciousness. If one is in full Kṛṣṇa consciousness, he can make his home very happy. Because this process of Kṛṣṇa consciousness is very easy. One need only chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Must accept the remnants of foodstuffs offered to the Kṛṣṇa, have some discussion on books like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, engage oneself in the deity worship. These are the 4 things which make the man happy. One should train themselves and the members of his family in this way. Family members can sit down in the morning and the evening and chant together Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. But in this Kali Yuga actually, it is very difficult to sit together in a family members because they are engaged in material things actually. Some is engaged in watching the television. Some is engaged in making gossips. Isn't it? But those who are in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, they only talk of Kṛṣṇa and none else. If it is there, if the family members, all the family members, they are in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, means you have not to give up the material life. You have not to go for sannyas. You are already in the sannyas order. But if it is not congenial, not favorable for the spiritual advancement, then family life should be abandoned. One must sacrifice everything to realize or serve Kṛṣṇa, just as Arjuna did. Arjuna, when he understood that these family members are impediments to his Kṛṣṇa realization, he accepted the instructions of Kṛṣṇa and fought and killed them. In all cases, one should be detached from the happiness and distress of the family life. Because in this world, one can never be fully happy and fully miserable. Because this will happen, definitely, actually. Happiness will come and distress will come. The complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone. In every step, there is a perplexity. Therefore, it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. Then it is how it is possible for Arjuna to counteract them. Would Kṛṣṇa ever attack his own grandfather, Ugrasen, or his teacher, Sāndīpani Muni? These were some of the arguments offered by Kṛṣṇa to Arjuna to Kṛṣṇa. So we have to approach the bona fide spiritual master. All Vedic literatures advise us to approach a bona fide spiritual master to get free from the perplexities of life which happen without our desire. They are like a forest fire that somehow blazes without being said by anyone. Similarly, the world situation is such that perplexities of life automatically appear without our wanting such confusion. No one wants fire, yet it takes place. The war between the Pandavas and Kauravas actually. Pandava did not want actually this fight actually. But what was there? This war was actually made compulsory by the Kauravas actually. Duryodhana was not agreed to return his the kingdoms of Pandavas. It was totally injustice actually. That's why actually they had to fought this war actually. No one wants fire, yet it takes place. We are perplexed. Vedic wisdom therefore advised that in order to solve the perplexities of life and to understand the science of the solution, one must approach a spiritual master who is in the disciplic succession. A person who is a bona fide spiritual master is supposed to know everything. One should not therefore remain in the material perplexity but should approach a spiritual master. This is the purport of this verse. Happiness and distress go side by side. Sometimes happiness comes, sometimes distress comes. It doesn't take you that you, throughout the life you will remain happy actually. It doesn't happen. You need not to bother for this actually, happiness and distress actually. One should learn them to tolerate it. One should be detached from the materialistic way of life and be automatically equipped in both the cases. Generally, we get something desirable, we become happy. When we get something undesirable, we are in distress. But if we are actually in the spiritual position, these things will not agitate us. To reach that stage, we have to practice unbreakable devotional service. Devotional service to Kṛṣṇa without deviation means engaging oneself in 9 processes of devotional service, chanting, hearing, worshipping, etc. Now, there are some quotes from the Purport actually in respect of this attachment actually. By association of pure devotees, attachment for Kṛṣṇa can be aroused. If one commits offenses at the lotus feet of devotee, one's shadow attachment or per attachment can be extinguished. This extinguishes is like a waning of full moon, which gradually decreases and last becomes dark. One should therefore be very much careful while associating with pure devotees to guard against committing an offenses at their lotus feet. This is as per the Nectar of Devotion, chapter 18. A wise man who becomes attached to the Kṛṣṇa does not want any return from him, either in form of relieving distress or in gaining money. This means that from the very beginning, his basic principle of attachment to Kṛṣṇa is more or less his love for Kṛṣṇa. Furthermore, due to his wisdom and study of scriptures, he can understand also that Kṛṣṇa is the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is Nectar Devotion, chapter 3. A pretender is sometimes seen possessing imitative attachment to Kṛṣṇa. That is not accepted as real attachment. It may be said, however, that such attachment gives the pretender hope that he may rise onto actual platform of pure devotion service. This imitative attachment can be divided into two headings: shadow attachment and per attachment. If someone, without undergoing the regulating principle devotion service or without being guided by a bona fide spiritual master, shows everyone should attach himself to the bosom of the Supreme Personality Godhead so that he can be eternally happy. Devotional service of Supreme Lord is the only process by which all the problems of the man can be solved. Everyone therefore take to Kṛṣṇa consciousness and make his life perfect. This is Bhagavad Gita 9.33. The Bhakti Yoga process contains two symptoms: attachment for Supreme Lord and detachment from all material affinities. There are two symptoms of advancement in the process of devotional service, as there are two processes taking place while eating. A hungry man feels strength and satisfaction. A man is hungry when he takes food, actually he feels satisfaction and strength. And at the same time, he is gradually become detached from eating any further, actually. Similarly, with execution of devotion service, real knowledge develops and one becomes detached from all material activities. In no other activity but devotional service, there is such detachment from matter and attachment for Supreme Personality. Bhagavatam 3.32-34. Any devotee who loves Kṛṣṇa with his heart and soul, the Kṛṣṇa reciprocate in such a way that the devotee can but remain attached to him. The reciprocal dealings of Kṛṣṇa and his devotee are so attractive that a devotee cannot think of any subject other than Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa book, chapter 90. A question may be raised: if Supreme Lord is so powerful, why should he try to reform his devotees? The answer is that when Supreme Personality of Godhead put his devotees in distress, it is not without purpose. See this. Important thing is that when someone is put in distress, it is not without purpose, actually. Sometimes the purpose is that in distress, a devotee feeling of attachment are magnified, enhanced. This is Kṛṣṇa book, chapter 88. Difference between a person in Kṛṣṇa consciousness and person in bodily consciousness is that the former is attached to the Kṛṣṇa, whereas the latter is attached to the results of his activities. The person who is attached to the Kṛṣṇa and works for him only is certainly a liberated person, and he has no anxiety over the result of his work. when person attached to the fruits of his activities, if the results are not favorable, he is under the influence of anxieties. Hare Krishna. I think I should stop here. Any question from any side? Yes.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the very nice class. We understand that Kṛṣṇa is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes, yes.
So when he's telling his devotee Arjuna to fight, it was because they were on adharma side. So anybody on the side of adharma will be unka nash hoga. But what Arjuna is saying, it's not wrong, right? He's saying that how can we fight against our teacher, our elders, even if they attack.
Actually,
so in a way,
this is the things when he was not.
In knowledge.
This is before he accepted the Kṛṣṇa as a spiritual master. When he accepted the Kṛṣṇa as a spiritual master, he followed his instructions actually. That's why everybody has to obey the instruction of the scriptures and this bona fide spiritual master actually. That's the thing actually. Because he said actually, he does not know what is proper for us, whether to be born or to be born by the Kauravas actually. They don't know what is to be done, what is not to be done. That the Arjuna told to the Lord Kṛṣṇa actually. That's why he accepted as a supreme master actually. That is in the later actually this text actually. It will come in later text actually.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.